Yeah, my internet is fucked. Oh, I hate AT&T as well. Yara mince. Oh shit, WWE's gonna start in exactly 5 more minutes. Anyway, chat. My bad, chat. I had to end my other stream because apparently... Ooh, the live event's tomorrow. Thank goodness. It better be a story live event. They better get back to that shit, you know? But real shit, though... Let's see what else is skin I can consider changing. Not gonna necessarily play with subs. I mean, I could possibly. I mean, I'm a very righteous guy, but when I'm currently having anxiety quite a bit, when someone talks, or just depending on the sound, considering the fact I have a rare, specific type of mental trauma, which is very rare and very temporarily. Overall, chat, ooh. Ooh! Ooh. Oh, that's badass! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, fuck yes! Let's favor that shit! Oh, bitch. Has nothing to do with being lustful, which I'm not necessarily, which obviously I wouldn't in my life necessarily. It's more about the badass skin. Thanos back after 200 plus days. Dread it, run from it. Thanos is back all the same. Excuse me, chat. What's that season gonna possibly be about? Join Rebellion and board the Death Star. Storyline better occur. If I don't necessarily see a storyline, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Cause this, they mentioned a concert, so if this is separate, might as well. But if not, I'm like, that's bullshit and fucking ass. But still gonna consider being with Sinbad because I want to witness it. But it mentions Death Star sabotage. Would that be cool? I would love to enter a Death Star. Is it real reality? Unfortunately, nobody could build something like that. That's very sinful. That's just part of the game. Next season's tomorrow. It's officially June 6th today, so tomorrow's June 7th. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I would have anxiety. If someone's talking over me, like sometime Carter would possibly, I mean, depending. Like if he's asking me something, I'm going to be going slow, be like, hey, I'm doing great. If I'm doing great and I'm feeling blessed. But then overall, like, sometimes he'll be talking when I'm muted while talking to you guys. Like, I'm, like, muted on Fortnite, but my mic overall is not necessarily muted, you know? But I have to play Fortnite because apparently Hitman 3 is updating, so so it has nothing to do with my internet. It's more of like I have to update. Like I have to say you have an update that you have to consider updating. But my internet is ass overall, which I am not grateful for and hate. But I'm grateful for having internet overall because there's time where it can reach that speed that I would love and actually love. Actually, not would love, but love. Well, actually would love for something better than that, you know, overall. And I don't necessarily like AT&T. It seems like they want to make it very cheap and just fucked. Like, bro, what the fuck? It's all about the expense. How you gotta make it reasonable, you know, for being righteous and generous about it, you know? Because people don't want to have something whack, like laggy, glitchy. What's in technology? That is fucking bullshit. But overall, as I was going to specifically mention about Tanisha, and please make this private YouTube, as I specifically mentioned, especially during the last stream when I mentioned about what I was going to mention about her. Sometimes she mentions certain things. She mentions how she doesn't necessarily like Logan Paul, and I'm a very forgiving man, and despite his past, I forgive. Despite my homie King K past, I'm not going to mention what, I forgive him, you know. I mean, I wasn't with that situation, but I forgive him overall, you know. What about, I love the Star Wars theme, but I just needed quite a bit more details. which I do love it. I mean, a season. Y'all gonna be like, why exactly are you complaining? Like, they have never had a Star Wars themed battle pass. Which I agree. You're absolutely right. Unless they did, but who knows? But overall, they gotta have something completely new. But they get to consider having a Star Wars theme all season, like Star Wars skin, what's in the battle pass, possibly item shop, and anything that's like, cause you know how they have the Star Wars like weapon and all that shit, like real shit as badass. So overall, I would consider a season badass. Hopefully they can consider having some infinite weapon because they don't consider it as cheating where you think that you're better just having infinite weapon. No, they consider it as like very powerful and they see it seems reasonable. Don't consider everything as like you're cheating, meaning you're arrogant, thinking you're better by using something that is better but overall not necessarily. Wouldn't necessarily seem fair. You would seem very arrogant, greedy because you would use that for money too. So overall, just be aware. Depending on the context as well, but overall it's not reasonable. But for this one, it does seem reasonable, and people just have to build as they use those weapons, you know? Because they don't have nothing very offensive towards them and very like, unfair overall, you know? But, you know, but yeah, for infinite comparison, I just never had a chance to just, you know, consider watching it. But I'm gonna consider it after this stream. Like, before I end it, chat, I'm gonna remind myself, like, hey, I gotta watch, like, different, like, phobias people have. And then there's other ones I wanna watch as well. Which, I would have to think of what I've been watching. Oh, different myths, superpowers people had, how the Earth would end or what the future's like. Which in that video, it's associated with atheism, which a branch of atheism is Scientology, which God created science and not humans themselves. God is a human, but he's a superhuman. He's divine. So overall, because we're humans as well, we're made in his image, we're like him, obviously. But unfortunately, we have to sin, you know. See, like I dodge his bullets. Or the laser, the blast laser, obviously. Like, it blasts the laser. Which I have an infinite weapon, which is... Ooh, whoa, that's fucked. Which seems reasonable to use infinite weapons. So hopefully next season can consider having it, you know. Hold up! Yeah, I was anxious, too, so that's why I had to yell. I didn't... What? Which is not necessarily a sin. It's in terms of anxiety, which Satan triggers it. Not me! Which overall is associated with sin, but not necessarily a sin, as according to certain biblical theories. For me, overall, because I'm a virtue. Anyway. But yeah, I would definitely consider, like, reacting to it. And, oh my fucking gosh! Can you, like, suck dick? Meaning, back off? Metaphorically speaking? Jeez. Oh my gosh. And I'm healing too, you bullshit, motherfucking greedy, arrogant asshole. Like, fuck you! I am very anxious, so please forgive what you're witnessing. I am very anxious, so my gosh, though, like, can I have peace? Like, go after someone else when I'm doing my shit? Or are you arrogant? People gotta learn psychology as well, like, body language will in the game. Like, if the person seems like they're anxious and it seems like they're running away, don't go after them. And they could possibly fight back for that reason. So Fortnite's associated with just murder. Well, no, self-defense, but depending on how you defend yourself. But yeah, Tanisha, she even mentions like, oh, you would have to be in NXT. Not everybody's on NXT, and she just seems like just still having mood swings. Like when you're an adult, I mean, it depends. It depends. Like depending, like, because when you're within your mortal body, chat, like, I'm gonna possibly consider joining her live as well before I watch WWE. So I'm gonna remind myself because sometimes I get distracted simply because of how anxious I am, and I just have plenty of questions to ask her. Which overall I definitely do. And sometimes she doesn't answer them. She just ignores them. Me, I don't ignore when it comes to my viewers. You gotta be supporting and respectful. Like, when it comes to me, when someone texts me, I scroll up, I'm like, oh, what did my wifey mention? Like, anxiety, I wouldn't consider as good, but sometimes when you have anxiety, positivity is alongside with it. Not anxiety itself, because that is very negative, but alongside I'm like, ooh, I'm very calm. I'm gonna see what people are like texting. Like I want to read majority of what they text. But sometimes my anxiety gets worse, and I'm like, ugh, I don't have a chance to read it, and I definitely do because I need that knowledge. But overall, it takes quite a while for me to process of what they mention, you know. But for her, she doesn't feel to want to read what people mention. She's like, oh, I ignore because it doesn't seem like I could consider answering the question, and it seems like they're repeating it. Oh, don't spam. If someone spam on my stream, I wouldn't get anxious. I mean, sometimes I may yell, but I'm like, oh, I don't mean to. I just very anxious. So just please don't spam. I would understand what you're mentioning. But because there's some certain times where I may ignore, but not in terms of being ignorant, which is a sin associated with like wrath, not wrath, arrogance. But overall, I don't necessarily want to ignore, you know, and I don't necessarily mean to, meaning it takes a while for me to process, and simply associated with my anxiety, specifically associated with my rare specific type of mental trauma, which is very rare, very temporary, you know? But overall, she just hates Logan Paul. Be forgiving. Despite him being a suicide force of Japan, doesn't mean he is a sinner. He is sanctified, and he thrives to do better. And he mentioned that he's humble. I mean, yes, he can act greedy and arrogant in his character, but what if he's not necessarily? What if he mentions to people that they're... Fuck you, bitch. Suck a dick. But overall, like, he is actually thriving, chat, you know? Like, he strives to do better. But yeah, if you mention people are broke, you mean, like, don't be lazy, get money for the good. But if they are poverty simply because a person made them in poverty simply because of greed, and that is associated with you being greedy because you want them to be broke, and you're saying, oh, you're broke, without helping them. It depends on the context, though, whether it's greedy or just generous, meaning you want them to be rich, but the way you mentioned to them, you're like, come on, man, be rich for the good, for the generosity of others, and for yourself, so that you don't necessarily have to be in poverty, you know? That's what he means. And he's not necessarily arrogant. I don't recall him necessarily being arrogant. I mean, it depends on the context. I mean, he is on Raw, so I wouldn't necessarily see him on there, but he could possibly be on SmackDown in terms of Money in the Bank. Which, Money in the Bank, when you win it, you could do cash in on any title, any opportunities. You know? And it's not for greed, it's for money, for the good, you know? Which, I want Rhea Ripley to win a Money in the Bank, which people should choose who you want to win. Like, think who could be in it. Like, I would just say Rhea Ripley, because she's never been in it, and what if she is? And for males, I would say not Jimmy Uso, possibly Solo Sikoa. Like, what if his character changed and they can make him different? Because why is he in it? To be more greedy? More arrogant? No, absolutely not. Which is in his character. He's not necessarily like that in real life, but I didn't necessarily like that character, though. But his character has gotten a bit greater, which I love it. It's like he's an anti-hero, but quite different, you know, compared to what my anti-hero can be as for my character, which mine is for being a punisher instead of evil and very righteous. For him, it's very righteous and a bit of arrogance or a punisher, just depending, you know. I love Solo Sikoa, he's my homie. Now he's changed. I love how they changed his character. He didn't change himself, they changed it. For me, I'm gonna choose my own character and customize it. They can choose quite a bit, give some suggestions and advices, and I'd be like, I don't agree with it. But if I do agree with it, I would definitely consider agreeing with it, you know. Like, WWE's gonna help me out. We're gonna work as a team. I'm not gonna be arrogant and greedy. Like, we're gonna work as a team, you know. Be humble about it. Be generous. Be loving. Be joyful. Which is the opposite of wrath for joyful. That's the opposite. And then the opposite for... Oh. He's the guy I asked advices before. Which I could. Some certain advices could be great, but overall, you know. I could if I have any. Overall, I could just focus on the game and just talk about whatever, you know. Cause hey, we're meant to forgive. Whether he's a sinner or not. But he's a great man, you know. Anyway, Thank you, God. Anyway, an opposite of loving meaning not being lustful, which obviously why would I be? And I have to mute myself just because I'm talking my viewers in. You know how people are sometimes they can be judgmental. He's not necessarily, but you never know. It's my anxiety chat. Overall, I would just name a Mike. Overall. But anyway, I love Fortnite. It just teaches you about sin in real life, like in a religious aspect, even though it doesn't seem like it. Sometimes it could be quite a bit, like it had the Greek gods, which how God created them, but overall it's just a theme of Greek mythology, which people may consider as being fake and just a myth, something that you may think is real, but it's not necessarily. But obviously it is. Myths can as well mean like it may seem fake, but you gotta delve deeper within it and realize how it's the truth. Like this is according to God Almighty Jesus Christ. Most associated with self-defense. How if you're anxious in real life, what you would do in that situation. But certain reasons. Just depends on how, But overall self-defense, you're defending yourself. That's what it's associated with. But I love Fortnite overall. It would never end. People at first thought it would end, but I was like this whole time. It would never end. People may still consider it as wanting to end, but not necessarily. Whoa. Yo, what exactly is that? A star destroyer, starship? I'm gonna consider playing myself. Because Woods is my sub. I gotta consider asking. It's like, hey, like, are you my sub? Are you my supporter? I mean, obviously he will support me, but I'm like saying, are you a sub? Like, wanting to be like interested in what I typically do, specifically. Most likely. Oh, hold up. AZ is calling me. Yeah, it was good. But overall, chat. Yeah, it was good. Oh my god. Here we go with the arrogance and the greed. Continue. I'll read it.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello. Bruh. Man, where you at? Man, where you at? Hey, man, where you at, boy? Where you at? Hey, 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 hey. Man, where you at? Man, where you at? Hydra, where you at? Hydra, where you at? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hydra, where you at? Hydra, where you at? Yo, Hydra, where you at? Hydra, where you at? Hey Siri.
You can see how it's
Oh,
rated.
Alan.
Even though I manage it, I'm very like stressed out about it. Like people just don't know how to play Fortnite, and it's like 2025 chapter 6, like, and people still don't know how to play Fortnite. Like this is like
I'm
ridiculous.
calling Alan.
And simply because of Sin Chat. Yeah, and here I'm gonna mute myself because there is something I want to mention about him.
Yo, Mint, hello. Hello, guys. Guys, hello. 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 Can't hear you, Hydro. Hello. Hydro, hello. Hydro, hello. Mint, hello. Yo, Mike, I just DM'd you. What the heck? Network connection lost? What? Bro. Guys, it loaded you guys in, but not me. What the heck?
Exactly. It seems like they just want sin within this, and they still are sinners overall. Like I don't necessarily like this. Like they focus on hate,
Hello.
arrogance, envy, lust, like the skins.
Uh,
We can love the girls,
uh,
but be like, oh, so pretty, but you
hello,
know,
hello,
the skin
hello,
is giving
hello,
me
hello, hello,
the
hello,
or
hello,
well, you're single, but obviously for me, you know,
hello.
obviously, you know, for we
Are you
single,
guys
yeah,
okay?
and obviously, like you mentioned, it's human nature. We can either live with it, or we can just love them for who they are, and not like, ooh, we want to be in a relationship with them, but overall, we wouldn't necessarily, you know. But anyway, yeah, there's many, yeah, exactly, but it's associated with different deadly sins, you know, within this game. Like I don't like it. It's Fortnite is great. It's temporarily though. It's gonna have sin. It's gonna have temporarily righteousness. Well, righteousness overall, but it depends, you know. I don't like this. It can last forever, but thousands of years later, after Fortnite chapter, like this is hypothetical, but after Fortnite 1000 whatever, it's gone. Say goodbye to all the skins. Say goodbye to everything. It's gone. Let it burn. Whereas we're gonna have mansions on Earth without greed. We're gonna invite everybody. We're gonna eat bread. We're gonna have wine. We're gonna have
Oh my
meat
god, no,
because
and then,
obviously, because I'm
bro,
like to myself,
what?
would we have meat? Well, no, because that is not a miracle. That is like God slaving us.
Yes, bro,
We're not
this
gonna
is
have
so
meat and
dumb.
eat fruit and
So
vegetables. Unless we
stupid.
could have meat and God won't kill the animal. But overall, Alan, like, or Hydro because I'm streaming. Overall, um, this sin is messing up this world. People are manipulated, and even my friend, I mentioned to him, don't be manipulated. You may think this is good, but think before you get into this action. You know, like I don't post on social media like Instagram, well sometimes TikTok, like rarely on TikTok. Overall, like Hydro, like I post on YouTube because I want fame out of righteousness. I want people to know who I truly
Guys,
am
if you
without
guys are
arrogance.
just
I'm
going to
gonna let
play this
others know about others, not just me,
game,
because that would
dude,
seem arrogant. But
like,
overall, I chase fame for
I
righteousness.
might want to
And
go with
he
something
messaged
else,
me.
but I
He
want
messaged
to
me.
play with
Don't
you
message me.
guys at the same time. I
Obviously,
do.
he may watch this video.
I
Watch
do
me.
want to
Keep
play
it
with
private
you
overall. But
guys.
anyway, he
I
messaged me and it's
just
not about
kind
the
of
fame. It's about entertainment. That is
let me
still
back
fame. You still get
here.
that fame. Like you can't say, oh, it's not about the fame. You can say it's not about the money. I agree because greed can be very deadly. But I get money through YouTube out of generosity. I invest for greatness, not out of like for generosity. Because my dad, regardless of who he is, I'm not gonna mention what because that would seem offensive. But overall, my dad is like people want to vote for him, like to help to get the money for the cancer. He wants to help people with cancer, and I'm like, wow. Despite what I went through, it's very interesting how he's helping people with cancer. Because I even checked that he wants to help people with cancer, and I'm like, wow. Even though you don't get the money, you're helping people with cancer. That's great. Like, you're not doing it for greed. You're helping people with cancer. Whatever money you have left, you are doing something great. Regardless, you know. Like, I love that. Unlike people like Elon Musk, not Mr. Beast, because Mr. Beast, he's great. I love him. Logan Paul, he's great. I love him. I don't care what people say. Actually, I do care. Because people are very judgmental. Just like this one person I watch, who, her name is Tanisha. She's like, oh, you're banana. You're banana, man. Ugh, you're suck at WWE. Ugh, you're very greedy. Like, okay, like, don't judge. Don't judge Logan Paul. Logan Paul has 23.3 million followers, however million followers he has, but Mr. Beast has more. Is Mr. Beast saying, oh, you're bad at this, Logan Paul. Oh man, like you're married and you're with a girl and you never had a wedding. Okay, marriage is about love and commitment. Well, obviously he's not gonna judge. This is a scenario. This is a hypothetical. Obviously, Mr. Beast wouldn't judge. So, Mr. Beast, if you're watching, you wouldn't judge. You're a great man. Logan Paul, if you're watching, you're a great man. Nobody should judge you for that. And obviously, you should hear about this. But overall, don't judge people. I can judge people if it's about their sin, not about what they struggle with, you know. But overall, like, oh, right? Oh yeah, about what I mentioned, you could be sure to keep it private about other
Finally, I
things
can
about
watch
Elon Musk
people. Oh my
and
god.
whoever I mentioned. Be sure to keep it private. That I don't necessarily want to reveal. If I want them to reveal, if I mention their name, don't keep it private. They should know about this, hear about this. Like, okay, because for example, Elon Musk, he doesn't. Okay, he can give it money for charity, but really, like, he doesn't care about SpaceX much. He just wants. And I've already mentioned about SpaceX. You already know. And I've already mentioned about Tesla. You already know. Like, for real though, chat. Like this world is messed up. Africa is in poverty. Egypt, help the world. You are very wealthy. I can cry if I want to, but I'm very strong. Obviously, I don't want to seem weak, but overall, humans have emotions. In terms of this sinful world, God gives people authority to cry, which to feel empathy. I feel like it's when people cry, but hey, I don't cry much. God gives me authority to be strong, but to have empathy if I don't cry, you know, and so that people don't judge me. Anyway, overall, when I mean by crying, that is a metaphor for saying that I can feel empathy for you. Like Africa, like this is messed up. Egypt is like wealthy, and they should be helping, not overall not helping. You know. Exactly. And plus, people are ruining Borneo and Amazon rainforest. That is very messed up, Chad. Like, overall, like, humans are sinners. And my friend mentioned to me, and it's a she, so obviously, regardless of the gender. But, anyway, she mentioned that it's very greedy of humans to cut down trees and very arrogant, greedy, and envious to kill animals. And I mentioned that, or I've noticed that people are killing animals as a sport. Are you kidding me? Like, do you need mental health? Like, this is very messed up, very simple of you. Watch what God's gonna do. Once you're judged, yes, you're gonna be like, no, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. Oh, please don't put me there. I want to be in heaven. No, like you deserved it. I'm not saying in a bad way, but this is your punishment. If Michigan is cursed, this is a like very severe than a punishment. This is simply simply because you want to be greedy. So God is going to make the economy very bad. I don't like the economy, but hey, God do have to do exactly what He wants to do. But overall, I'm gonna move to Florida, not out of greed, not out of arrogance, not out of envy, not out of lust, not out of gluttony, any of the deadly sins. Overall, it's for the opposite of them, you know. Plus, I want to move to California. I'm not gonna mention why, but the company is life. Overall, like, no, DDP. I'll say DDP. I mean, do you want to? Because, like, you don't want him to be judging. I mean, no offense. I'm just saying overall. Exactly. And when he gave advice, that's why I don't go for people for advice. I mean, for you, I do sometimes. I mean, depending, but overall, like, it's all good. But for him, he's like, oh, I
Hello.
want fame. Oh, you know. And he mentions that he wants to focus on media and the chat. But overall, the way he mentions it, like, no offense. Hold on, I heard his voice. Was it through the mic or seen the call? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, I heard his voice.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. If you can't hear me, can't hear
But
you is
overall, I
what
don't.
I mean.
Yeah, necessarily okay. Oh, the reason why I can hear his voice because I'm watching him on stream, so acting like actually hear his voice. Well, obviously, I mean, who? Yeah, talking to my viewers. What's that? Well, I am. Yeah. Hold on. No. He's just saying, can you hear me? Hold on. My friend is mentioning my name on Snapchat. Hold up. Dang. Why can't you hear me?
Hello? Bruh.
Hey yo, do you guys want to see my one of my first channels?
Are you guys in another party or
Thing
something?
like people, like I'm in a Snap group, despite
Hey
their
Siri,
sinful desires,
call
they
Alan.
are like, I feel bad for myself. Like they're like,
Alan,
can
pick
be
up
in a
your
righteous group.
phone.
Like I'm in a righteous Snapchat group, and I have something to mention to you as well. Afterwards, uh, Hydro. Yeah,
Alan,
exactly.
call
And I'm
me.
not necessarily dwelling on it. Exactly. And I get like stressed out when people are spamming. They're like mentioning their names constantly. Um, hold up. Hey, are you muted on Fortnite? Are you muted on Fortnite?
Hello?
Hmm. Oh, because the way you said, "Oh, he's stressed out," it seems like you're like talking to him. Oh, you sure? Because like the way you said it. Yeah, hold up. Let me see if my Hitman game just got finished updating chat. I love Hitman. Oh, 72% apparently. But yeah, I'm looking forward to GT6 next year, chat. Who? Obviously, I can hear his. But I'm saying like you the one.
Hello?
Oh, cause the way you said, "Oh, he's stressed," like it seems like you were, you know, snapping him out.
Do
It's all good. It's
you?
all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, brother. Yeah, but I'm gonna
Hydro, if you can hear me, I'd like to use Discord if we could,
Later, because I have to play my other
because
game,
I have it
like
connected to
escaping it,
my APS.
and then we can consider role playing.
Oh, hey. Yeah, hello, finally.
But yeah, I'll be sure to call you back later, Hydro.
Hello,
'Cause,
hello.
I'm gonna stream my game, and then we can consider doing the role play.
Hydro, hello. Hydro,
What?
hello. Hydro, hello.
No, we will. We
Hello.
definitely will. But I'm gonna stream my game, like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then Hitman 3. Yeah, for sure. Alright, take it easy. Oh my gosh. But anyway, chat, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me playing Fortnite, be sure to leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat.